YouTube, Christian Simone back with another video on the channel. I tell y'all I was gonna be back every week with a new banger on the channel. It's like, nah, but y'all know what to do before we get into this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you can be updated. Wait, I said that the wrong way. Like, comment, turn your post notifications on so you can be updated every time I post a new video. Make sure y'all do that, okay? Because y'all don't be doing that. I don't ever be getting no new subscribers, just viewers. So can y'all just help your girl out and subscribe? I've been at 200 subscribers since 2018. Like, your girl ain't been growing. I need to grow this channel, and part of that's my fault because I haven't been posting. So what do I expect? But like I said, I'm gonna be posting every week, so y'all go ahead and do that. But anyway, as you all can see by the title, today I will be doing a story time on how I found out I was pregnant at 17 years old and I had my son at 18. I'm gonna try to make this story as quick as possible because I'm on the way to work once again, and I'm on a ferry and it's only like 20 minutes long, so hopefully I can make it shorter than 20 minutes. I'm not so good with telling stories like I used to, so please bear with me. I've been knowing my baby daddy since 2017. We met on Instagram. I know that's crazy, but my generation, they already gonna be telling their kids that they met their significant other off social media. So I really don't feel ashamed for that because that's how half of these relationships start off anyway. But we gonna start off back in 2017 when me and him first started dating. And it's crazy because he had followed me at first and I didn't follow him back. So back then, you know, Instagram was way better than what it is now. We had, to be honest, raids, to be R, which was to be real, collage games where you had to vote on who looked the best. You had to vote on who made the best looking couple. I ended up liking this post where you are basically going to be matched up with another guy, and people who follow you were supposed to vote on if you all look like a cute couple or not. I forgot whose page it was and who set it up, but they ended up putting me and him in the collage saying me and him would make a cute couple, and then it was people in the comments voting saying like, yeah, we would look cute together or whatever. So that's when I ended up following him back because I had knew he followed me this whole time, but I didn't really pay him attention because, like, at first I didn't think he was my type because he was so small. I thought he was younger than me because he looked so young. He always been small. He looked younger than his age. I didn't really pay it no mind. After that, that's when I ended up following him on Instagram. I followed him. I think we ended up texting. I can't remember how that played out because it's been so long ago, like 7 to 8 years ago. Long story short with that, me and him ended up becoming best friends. And I could tell the whole time he liked me because he would always go live on Instagram and I would be scared to join. And every time I joined, he would always start smiling real hard, and then his friends in the back would be like, oh, she up here or whatever. He up there smiling like, okay, yeah, boy. Okay, he was like me, I like him too. I started getting feelings for him. So me and him texting whatever. And I'm gonna put in some messages in here from when we was texting on Snapchat and Instagram. I don't know if I had the old Instagram ones, but we was texting on Snapchat or whatever, and we were flirting. And it was crazy to me because me and him was sending emojis back and forth, and we was sending the ones that were like a family. It would be like a boy and a girl and a child, you know, that emoji. And we was like, I was like, me, you, and our son. That's crazy how I said that because I feel like we manifested us having kids. Because back in the day, we used to always talk about it. Him ended up dating 2017. We broke up, whatever. I think he broke up with me the first time. And I was so heartbroken. Like, your girl was in fucking 7th grade, 8th grade. And I was acting like I just got divorced. Like, that breakup hurt me the most. I was in my bed crying my eyes out because we weren't together anymore. And then I just didn't like that. After a while, we had always been cool with each other. He was the only ex that I ever stayed cool with. He would always check up on me. We call each other our dog, like that's my dog. We would always call each other that. He always wished me a happy birthday. I always wish him a happy birthday. We always like each other's stuff on Instagram. Me and him always stayed cool. So you know, with that last video I had on my YouTube when I was exposing one of my exes for cheating on me, I ended up venting to him about the relationship. Whole time he was telling me good stuff like, you don't deserve that, you don't deserve this and that, like you deserve better than that and stuff. We always used to tell each other I love you at the end of every conversation. You will always be my dog, I don't care. Like, we was always tight like that. So in the back of my mind, I never had gained feelings for him again, but I always knew that he had a special place in my heart because he was the only ex that I ever stayed cordial with or didn't end off on bad terms. Long story short, I was in a relationship back in 2021 with this dude, and once I broke up with him, I ended up mingling, talking to other people and shit like that because I was single. That's what single people do. And I ended up spending back, I ain't gonna say spending the block on him, but me and him ended up sparking up another conversation. We started texting every day, and this is like in January of 2021. After that, he kind of like gave me a hint that he wanted to with me again. I think he said something, I can't remember what it was, but I ended up responding back like, I'm not ready for a relationship, I just want to be friends right now. And he respected it. So I really was talking to somebody else and before I started talking to my baby daddy again. So I wanted to give that a chance before I cut it off, because I really, like, I kind of had feelings for that boy. So yeah, long story short, me and that boy didn't end up working out, and I ended up cutting my baby daddy off because I was still talking to that boy, which I feel bad about. Me and him was really vibing, but I think me and him had got into it or whatever, and I just cut him off after that. And I probably cut him off for about a week or so, and then after that we ended up texting again. I told him what was going on, like, okay, look, I was talking to somebody else during the time, and I was trying to see where that was gonna go, because like this situation happened before me and you started, you know, in the process of talking or being in a relationship again. That's why I cut you off in the respect of that, whatever you want to call it, situationship. He respected that, and he was telling me how, yeah, like basically like it's cool or whatever. So me and him started talking again, and it started getting serious. Mind you, this whole time we had linked since 2017 when I first dated him. Like, that was an internet relationship the whole time. Like, I saw him in person twice at a football game.
Look at Chase! Chase!
Because he played my rival school. He was my rival school. He played football. I saw him at a game one time. That was it. That was the only time I had saw him in person back in like 2018. So now we at 2021, and me and him are serious. And this is in January 2021. We started getting serious. And then we end up linking February 6th of 2022. So our first date was the movies or whatever. And it wasn't awkward. Like, okay, when you first meet somebody, of course you're not going to be 100% yourself. So it was kind of awkward. It wasn't awkward, but it was just like me and him was trying to fill each other out. And I'm going to put in like a video, a clip of when we first linked.
Who apologizes the first after a fight? Who's the funny one? Who's more romantic? Who's more patient?
You could tell we was not fully comfortable with each other. And it's crazy because we went to go see the movie Chucky. And when we got in there, he was 19 at the time and I was still 17. He didn't even have his ID. So the man was like, I can't let y'all pay for this movie because y'all aren't old enough and he doesn't have his ID. So y'all can just pay for another movie and then walk into Chucky, which was rated R. So we ended up paying for Toy Story and we went to the Chucky movie. He could have lost his job for that, but kudos to you. So we ended up going to the movie. We was late, like the movie had already started. And you know, we went all the way to the top because y'all know we was not finna pay attention to that movie.
Me, bro. They trying to jump me, bro. Get your freaky ass off!
So other couples come in there and it's like 3 other couples sitting at the top with us, and we already know they about to do what we doing. So whole time, like, you know what goes down. We kissing, little touchy feely. And tell me why I ended up wearing a hat with just a wig, but the wig wasn't glued on. So after that, every time we tried to kiss, it would knock my hat up. So I was trying to pull it down every time. The third time we tried to kiss, he knocked my head off, and all I had was straight backs. The wig came off, and the hat, everything came off.
On me. Oh, DD. Oh, what it is?
I was so embarrassed, but we just looked at each other and laughed, and then that's when I knew. That's when I knew that was gonna be my man. Like, he didn't care. The fact that we both could laugh it off and then just go back to normal, I just knew. I knew. Movie keeps going, we kissing, whatever. And I hear him say, let's go to the bathroom. But, like, I hear him say it, but I act like I didn't, like, I don't know. I just act like I didn't hear him say that. So we just continued to kiss or whatever. We never ended up going to the bathroom and doing it. Like, we didn't have sex the first date or any of that. And that's how I knew, like, he was the one for me, because he didn't really initiate having sex. He didn't really try to get into my pants the first date like he did me. And I'm not really going to count him saying, let's go to the bathroom, because we was really, like, we was getting down. We was kissing for real in that movie. So I could understand why he wanted to. After the movie ends, we walked out, and it's like, dang, we don't even know what happened. Like, we was just kissing this whole time. So we ended up going back to the car, taking little flicks, and I'm like, I don't even want to drop you off. I had so much fun. We got to do this again. He like, yeah, I don't even want to go back yet either. So I end up taking him back home, and when he gets out the car, we give each other a kiss, and he like, I love you, be safe. And then that's when I was just like, I love you too. And yeah, you be safe, and I'm gonna text you.
Bro, I'm really about to get your pickle chin that boy. Egg on that collard green head that boy.
So after that, I go home. From that point on, I linked with him every day after school. Every single day, I drove down to him. I was linking with him every day. Getting closer and closer and closer. Like, he's literally the boy version of me. And I ended up lying to my parents every day, because this is before I had my own car. My senior year, I was driving. Me and my dad was sharing, because he had two cars, but it was one car, which was the car we were sharing, that he would drive to work. And then he has like a sports car that he drives outside of work. So he would drive that car to work, but he would let me drive that car to school some days, and then other days he would drive it to work. I ended up really taking over, and I ended up driving the car to school every day. I took this government class and to get a certain amount of hours of community service. I ended up lying to my parents, telling them I was doing community service after school, when I was actually going down to him to link with him. And I would get out of school early every day because I had enough credits. So I think I had 2 or 3 classes, and I would have study hall at the end of the day, and then they would let me sign out early, and I would go down to him. During the time when I was with him and it would get late, like it would start getting dark, my parents would always text me, be like, Christian, where are you? I know community service is not going to last this long. And then my dad ended up saying he was going to contact the teacher to figure out what was going on, because every day I was coming back late from school or whatever. So tell me why I had one of my friends act like my teacher and call my dad to tell them what was going on, to make it seem like I was actually doing community service. But luckily my dad never answered, and my dad never even remembered to call the teacher to figure out if I was actually doing community service. So yeah, that worked out. The first time we ended up having sex was February 11th, 2022. And it was good. It was good. And I knew I was in love, because it was not only sex, it was like we was making love. Like, during this whole time, we was telling each other how we feel about each other, how much we love each other, and all of this. And this story might have to be 2 parts, because it's a lot, and I don't even know where to start. Well, I started, but I don't even know how to, like, put this in order to make it make sense. But yeah, we ended up having sex. First time, I think he slipped. But you know when, like, I don't know, he couldn't tell. Like, he told me he didn't know if he slipped up or not. Like, he can't remember. So I'm like, fast forward, we end up going to the hospital on my birthday, February 23rd, to see if I was pregnant and get a pregnancy test. So they ended up running my blood or whatever, and we stayed in the hospital for like, I don't know, 2 hours. And we was hoping that I was for real, because like we so in love already. We just ain't care. Like, we was just so in love. We still in love, but I just knew this is my man. This is who I want to have a kid with. This is who I want to marry. Like, we got so much history together. We always stay cool with each other. We always checked on each other. So test results come back and they ended up telling me it was negative. So I was kind of upset, but like, and then a lot of people asked me, was this planned or was it by accident? I want to say it was kind of planned and it was by accident, because like as many times as we had unprotected sex, we knew it was going to happen regardless. So when it happened, I wasn't really shocked, but I was shocked. Okay, my birthday goes past. I end up having a birthday party, a little hotel get together. We stayed for a night. I was drinking all that. Didn't know I was pregnant. The weekend after my birthday, I ended up running away from home because I was going through so much with my family. Like, I wasn't on good terms with anybody, so I ended up running away from home. And my friend had dropped me off to go see him, and then I ended up staying with my best friend so I could go to school that day, the next day. School comes the next morning, and then when school ends, my best friend ended up dropping me off with him. And then later on that evening, me and him got a hotel room, and we stayed for 2 nights. First time fucking in the shower, first time in the bed, because the first time was in my car. First time in the bed, first time in the shower. First time, like, everything by ourselves together all day, 2 days straight. You know it was going down. So yeah, that happens. And then they end up, him and his family end up moving to a new house. So I ended up moving with them. I was missing school for like a whole week straight, or probably 3 days. And then the school secretary ended up taking me to school like 3 days after I missed school. We had met her at a CPS, and then that's how I went to school. Tell me why my iPad is telling me I ain't got no storage. But anyway, we gonna continue with the story and finish as fast as I can, because I don't know when this video is gonna cut off and tell me my storage is full. But luckily, I'm getting a new phone this week, so that's besides the point. Before I even turned 18, and I was going with my boyfriend every day, and I was having the problems with my family, me and him was discussing moving in, because he was about to move into a new house with his family. So I was like, is it okay if I move in when y'all move in? He was like, yeah, of course, I want you to move in with me. I know it's gonna be cool with my mom. I'm gonna just make sure. Once he asked his mom, it was cool with her. The whole plan was for me to move in with him after I turned 18, because my parents couldn't say nothing about it. Me being grown, thinking I know when I really don't, because I was young as hell. 18 is so young, it's not grown at all. And I may have already said this part, but I'm gonna say it again. On that night, me and him ended up getting a hotel room. Y'all know what went down. We stayed for 2 nights straight. Y'all know what went down. After that, we ended up moving into the new house. And then once we moved into the new house, we still doing the do every day, every night. And yeah, I was like family. So I was still missing school. Mind you, I'm a senior in high school. And I was missing school. My parents texted me like, you tardy again, or you absent again. Like, this gonna count against you. They making me feel bad. And I ended up catching a ride from the school secretary who was coming through where he lived. So we ended up meeting her at a CVS, and she took me to school. And I was so upset, because I'm like, I don't want to go back. I know it's gonna be hell at home. I know my dad gonna take the car, so I don't know when I'm gonna get to come back down here to see you. And it was just a big mess. So after that, my dad never took the car, and for real, and I think like 2 days later, I ended up going back down there with him. Fast forward, a month later, it's March 25th, right? My period's supposed to come on every 25th. And before then, I was getting cramps like bad, and they felt like period cramps, but it was worse. Something was telling me, like, I feel like your body knows when you're pregnant, because in the back of my head, I was like, Christian, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. This is not a regular period cramp. Because one day when I'm driving home from his house, I feel a bad cramp hit my stomach, like a sharp pain hit my stomach. And I'm like, okay, my period must be coming on. I'm like, this is not normal. I don't usually feel like this. So I just let it pass. I'm like, okay, the 25th, if it's not here, then I might be pregnant. He was telling me, his mom was saying, oh, you better not have got that girl pregnant, because he had been sleeping a lot and stuff like that. once I went home, he would always sleep and stuff. And his mom was like, I know you didn't get that girl pregnant. He did. I get the sharp pains, then fast forward to March 25th. My period didn't come on. I wake up that morning, no blood in my drawers.
On me. Oh.
So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna wait. And I had diarrhea that morning too. So I was like, I'm just gonna take this pregnancy test because I had one waiting because I felt like it was gonna come sooner or later because we were very sexually active, unprotectively. I had a pregnancy test. I took the first one. I took it, I put it, what you're supposed to do, with the pee, put it in the cup, whatever. And I waited, I walked around the house, and when I looked, it was like a little light line. And I'm gonna put the picture in here. It was like a light line. It was cross, a plus sign. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I wasn't in shock. I was in shock, but it was just like, is this real? Like, it hadn't hit me yet. So I sent the picture to my best friend. I was like, does this look positive to you? And she was like, yes, Christian. And then she was like, take another one, take another one. I ended up being late for school that day because I went to the dollar store and got another pregnancy test. I went back home, took the test, positive. The line was much more bolder than the first line. So I'm like, okay, this is real. I ended up telling him, and I think we was on the phone. I can't remember what we was saying, but we was on the phone. And I ended up sending him the picture, and then he just like, I'm speechless. So I go to school that day. I show Anaya, which is my best friend, and she like, wow, Christian, like, you really pregnant? I'm like, okay, later I'm gonna go get a blood test just to make sure that I'm really pregnant. Later that day, I go down to his house, get him first, and we go to patient first. They do a blood test. They come back 20 to 30 minutes later, and the man comes in. He's like, he just started typing shit on the computer. I'm like, so am I pregnant or what? And he's like, yes, you're 8 weeks. He just seemed like he was irritated or something, because every time I asked a question, he had an attitude. He's like, you're 8 weeks pregnant. I said, when is the due date? December 2nd, 2022. Which is crazy because me and him always see the numbers 222 everywhere. Like, it'll be me and him together, and we always see the numbers 222. And then the due date was December 2nd, 2022, which is 12/2/22, 2222. So we just felt like everything was connected at the time. We got so excited. We went to CVS, picked up my prenatals, and it was just like love at first sight, happiness at first sight.
Boy, if you don't get...
We started planning what we gonna do already. Like, we can't wait. And I'm talking about teen girl, he teen boy. Shit like that. That's really how I found out I was pregnant. And I know this story probably was horrible the way I told it, but when he gets released out of jail, we're gonna tell this together so he can give you his side. He ended up getting locked up 4 months into my pregnancy. The beginning of us linking, when I was going down there before I found out I was pregnant, he ended up telling me his situation. He told me it was a possibility that he could get arrested. And I'm gonna do a story time on that with him probably, so it could get more in depth about it. But yeah, so I knew the whole time, like, it was a possibility he could get arrested. So 4 months into my pregnancy, I watched him get arrested. Worst day of my life, saddest day of my life, most heartbreaking, broken, like, just saddest day of my life. I don't wish that on nobody, because, yeah. Turns out he's gonna be home next year. It's been 3 years, so next year we're making 4 years. He's been locked up. I'm not gonna say when he's gonna get out, because anybody could be watching this, but yeah, he gets out next year. And I'm so excited because we're gonna be doing a lot of family things on this channel. We're gonna be introducing my son. Well, I'm gonna introduce him before he even gets introduced to the channel. But yeah, we're gonna be doing story times, pranks. Like, we already talked about us having our little YouTube, and yeah, I'll make this into our YouTube, or I'll make us our own account and keep this as my main YouTube account. That's really just how I found out I was pregnant. And it's some stuff I was missing But I think I'm gonna do a part 2 on this because I was kind of trying to rush the story so I could post a video this week because I don't want to leave y'all hanging. Long story short, I was linking with him every day. We was being sexually active. I ended up finding out I was pregnant 8 weeks after it had already happened. So I'm thinking I got pregnant the first time we had sex, because if I found out March 25th and I was 8 weeks pregnant already, that makes 2 months pregnant. So I guess I would have had to have gotten pregnant the first time we had sex. But yeah, that's really the story. Like, I'm a young mom. I'm still learning. Motherly instincts have kicked in, but I'm still learning. Anybody else out there that can relate to my situation, I hope you all subscribe to my channel so I can give you all more story times and more advice and more motivational words and things to get you through whatever you're going through, because you're not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that's been through this situation. So I want to encourage other young moms that you can do it. You can do it with or without your significant other or whoever you made the baby with. Not saying that he's not doing anything, because his family most definitely does do for our son while he can't right now. We are together. We've been together this whole time. I've held him down this whole time. We had our arguments. We had our embarrassing moments, social media, whatever. I'll never do that again, but I never cheat on him. Nobody's touched me. I haven't entertained no other man. Like, I believe in black love. I want this to last. I want to be a family for our son. I want to show him an example of what black love looks like. So I appreciate you all for tuning in to this story time. I did leave some things out. I am going to do a part 2. My mind's been all over the place. Like, it's been so much that's happened since then. So I tried to put in as much as I could. I hope you all enjoyed. All the young moms out there, you got this. Don't let anybody discourage you and tell you you can't do it just because you have a baby. That's another reason to be motivated. So keep going. If you're pregnant right now and watching this and you're a teenager, just know, even if you don't have a village, even if you're by yourself, God got you. Okay? God got you. Pray. Don't worry about what nobody else got to say, because at the end of the day, it's about you and your child. Do it for your child. Do it for your child. I do it for my son. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care about people telling me, oh, you need to leave him where he's at because, like, you're so young, you need to explore. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to leave him where he's at, because that's the love of my life. That's the person I love. That's the person I see myself with. So I'm going to stick by him. Same with him. We have our ups and downs, but we know how to talk it out. I hope you all enjoyed this story time. I hope you all can relate to these things. All the teen moms out there, do not be discouraged. If you need somebody to talk to, you can definitely hit me up on my Instagram at cmoney, and we can talk. If your man is in jail, locked up, hold him down, because he needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. So young love is love. So don't let nobody tell you. If you feel like that's your person, don't let anybody get in your head and tell you, oh, you too young to be sticking to one person. You too young to be committed. No, you're never too young. Love is love. If you love that person, stick by that person. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I will be coming with more story times, more vlogs, pranks. Anything you all want, I will be doing. Comment, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oop. Turn post notifications on, and you know what to do. Hit that bell, all that good stuff. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you all learned from this. Hope you all have been motivated. Anybody watching this, you got this. God loves you. I love you. If you're new here, welcome. And thanks for watching. Same money, same money, 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 team.